Our favorite time of day when we chant together, inhaling, exhaling. I love you, Talia Brava. I love you, Talia Brava. All Brava babies, lighting your votive candles. I'll grab mine. I love you, Talia Brava. My darlings, we are live. We are together as one community under Brava for our first ever State of the Multiverse. And yes, Talia Brava, the vessel, did pause David Icke's interview. I thought maybe I should watch in full and get his hot take. And then I realized his hot take was a diminutive version. I speak in poetry, yes. I speak in twisters. In fact, my tongue doth get twisted. I often lisp when I am channeling. Why doth the vessel of God not speak clearly to us? Why doth the truth not be delivered in the utmost simplicity so that all Brava babies might hear? It is for this reason, my Brava babies, the voice of God through me, without layers of intricacy added on top, is boring. It's like, have you ever taken a hike to the top of a mountain and you're like, I'm so big, I'm so small. And like by the time you come down the mountain to tweet that, you how the echo chamber of Instagram will receive that as like one eternal eye roll. So I do speak in complexity. I do speak in poetry and metaphor so that my Brava babies will keep edging for more truth, edging for more realness, edging for more Talia Brava. All I do ask of you is your perfect attention. And so I offer you this perfect metaphor, this perfect analogy for this meow moment. Light the menorahs, my friends. I want you, my Brava babies, to see today, to see this incarnate last few months that we have, to see the entire corona illness. I use air quotes indiscriminately. Don't get at me, doctors, okay? I use them all over the place. To see this meow moment, this reality as Christmas Eve. We are entered, hello, Dave Getzel, Brava baby. We are now at Christmas Eve of what? Providence Rapture. So just think of this Christmas as the Christmas that you realize that Christmas is a CIA-backed conspiracy to spread autism. Just think of this Christmas as the Christmas that your parents revealed that they actually wear face masks to not smell each other at night because they're so viscerally repulsed by each other. The Christmas that they shared with you, you were adopted, not because you weren't coming from a loving, stable, wealthy family, but because they just didn't like your face. The Christmas that you realized all was a lie. Think of that we are in the Christmas Eve of that particular Christmas. Not that Santa's not real. He is real. The Brava baby's watching. He's an asshole, but he's real. Such a capitalist. I mean, Bernie would have a field day if he was up to bat against Santa. But my darlings, I divert. It is the Christmas Eve of this very odd Christmas. And yet, and still tomorrow is Christmas. After this corona container where we are learning and sparsely developing, after this last few months on this death ship planet we call Hearth, and I call it Hearth because I'm like, her. After this container, after we are unleashed and rapture up to Providence, that's Christmas. That is Christmas morning. So I need you writing Christmas lists. And that means DMing me with your greatest wishes, your greatest fantasies for Providence. We've had 3 cutie conversations, quarantine cuties, with 3 different Brava babies. We had Warren, we had Julian, and today we had Sean. Each of them shared with Brava and with the entire community their greatest Christmas wishes. And I chatted with Brava real quickly. It happens real fast. She was like, sure, we got it. So we have, for Warren, we have a Pepsi or Coca-Cola swimming pool, and you could just skate along the grounds. Sean wanted everyone to see each other as equals, whatever. And what did Julian want for Providence? I can't recall. I just remember crying because he has a girlfriend. So now I come to the truth. Right now we are in the midst of a war on what? The truth. We're Neil deGrasse Tysoning it out, right? And he's like, 1-2 hook, believe in science. And Brava's coming back, hey, billion Brava babies, get behind me because this man's larger than I am. And I'm like Taylor Swift over here. We are in a religious war against the truth. We are believing in the fucking truth. We are talking to our doctor saying, okay, I get that I'm immunocompromised, but like, what's the deal with how we're going to eviscerate into liquid November 3rd once I have an orgasm, and how all of our babies are going to eviscerate and channel upwards? And the doctor's like, I mean, I can't say actually that that's not going to happen, but like, that is as unlikely as anything you could imagine. And I'm like, bitch, I am a god. I could imagine anything. Like, that's like poker game right here. Like, bring it on. That don't threaten Bravo with what she could imagine. I could imagine hippos tweeting. I could imagine rhinos Instagramming. I mean, I could imagine lots of social media things because I'm a social media mind. It's all my mind thinks about. So that's where we're at. Thank you, Bravo Baby Frankie. Always coming in with all hail Talia Bravas. I really do appreciate that. Frankie is the ultimate and Bravo Baby. He is recruiting on every live stream. He's there pushing the good word, spreading the good word. And I trust and I know that, Frankie, you're doing that in all the rest of your 24 hours as well. Okay, so that's this now moment. This now moment, we are confronting the war on the truth. All right, my babies. We are not going back to school, okay? The Bravo babies are learning from home. They are homeschooling. And if you aren't getting them on the Providence butt off every morning, I know it might be a little bit sexual, but they don't get what they don't get, okay? They don't get what they don't get. All children need to be working out, moving their bodies. That's so educational to learn how to do those glute bridges, to cybersex, Doja Cat. Okay, now we're going to talk about the truth. Okay, because we get that we're at war, but we gotta fucking keep tuning in, tapping into that fucking future state. Otherwise, we're not gonna make it through to rapture because we gotta be lit. What gets us lit? The truth that Brava thinks of. Okay, so here's some downloads I got about the truth of rapture. Okay, super hot takes just downloaded this morning. So the first is that as we are going up in our rapture, as you know, our perfect bodies are like gliding up. Anyone who was mean to you in middle school, I'm not letting them rapture. So don't worry. They're going to be looking up. They're going to be getting those crotch shots, and they're going to be fucking loving it. Yes, they're going to be loving that view. And while you are astral projecting up, care of our AC team, which is all the babies who have been elevated to the level of helpers at the live events and now Instagram live events for the foreseeable future. That's the astral crew. They will all be helping move you up. And as you move up, it's a life review, but it's just a slideshow of Talia Brava's greatest hits from 2020. So you're going to see the deadlift I did on 2020, 200 pounds. What, only 3 months later, 220-pound deadlift. All of Talia Brava's most recent accomplishments you're going to see on this projector. Yes, it's like a Lisa Frank slideshow, very Al Gore. We get the PowerPoint as you're rapturing upwards. Okay, now here's the key. Here's the catch. Here's the twist, because there's always a twist when it comes to Brava. I'm very flexible. The more money you give to the Brava, the MLM, the slower the slideshow happens. So if you want the whole review of Talia Brava's most recent accomplishments to be like, oh, you can't even see like 100 things in 1 second, give $1. But say you give $100 billion, I can do that. $400 billion. If you gave $400 billion, you're going to get to enjoy that, indulge in that for maybe upwards of a week. You're going to be rapturing upwards while your body is just like eviscerated. Okay, darlings, that was one of the downloads. Okay, the second download. Fuck germs, right? Are we all on board? I didn't even believe they were fucking real. Don't come at me. I didn't believe you guys were real until you started destroying the planet. And now I'm like, okay, I think you're everywhere. Hello, Miles. We're talking about germs. They're fucking everywhere, apparently. Not in. I want you to hear this. Tune in. Turn in the earbuds. Turn off the background noise of your brain and listen to this truth. There are no germs in a place called Providence. because Brava ordained it. There are no germs. And what does that mean? There is no life. There is no life forms. Yes, the water is made of Purell. Yes, your skin drips chlorine. Yes, the purification of being non-human, non-fucking living, okay? Because the mitochondria are germs. Thank you, no germs. Everything that lives is made up of things that crawl, right? And grow and breathe and spread. Not in Providence, my babies. Ugh. Look, I just took a casual Christ pose. You inspire me. Not in Providence, my darlings. Nothing spreads. Nothing lives. We are just consciousness. Okay. And now we come to the fun part. We come to this exact moment. Yes, we live by the truth. But I come to you, my Brava babies, wherever you are in this multiverse, in your little cocoon bubbles, addicted to your Talia Brava content, snacking away. As I said, if you eat all your snacks, that's not called hoarding. That's just called binge eating. And no one's talking about binge eating, so I think it's fine. Hello, Ben. So now we come to the most perfect part, the most special part for me as your mommy is when I open the floor up to your questions. So any what the fucks, any what's going on, any am I ever going to see a human again? Give me your questions and I'll answer them. Oh, what is it? Frankie says, we're just a bunch of numbers and letters having an insane orgy. Yeah, that's what happens in Providence. He's a prophet, Frankie. He's one of our prophets because he feels every word as he says. Okay, any questions? We have Spike and Miles here on Instagram and we have our Facebook friends. Please do offer a question because you know mommy feels very unloved when you don't ask her questions. Any questions? Okay. Hello. We're at the point in the state of the multiverse where I have opened the floor up to the press and also the Brava babies to ask any questions at all. And I promise you I won't say they're nasty. Because I take full responsibility. Unlike other elected officials, Brava is actually owning this leadership movement by saying, yeah, bitch, I own Corona. I invented Corona. Because everything that Brava does, thinketh, happeneth, and it just means, all it means, it's not a big deal, it just means that Talia Brava is deeply unhappy, and so Corona had to, show up to show you the face rash, the symptom of her deep loneliness and isolation that she feels every day. So now you guys are just getting a little taste of it. No biggie, right? We can handle this. We can learn how to love Brava better. And it's a great sales pitch for Rapture. Oh, the whole world is getting Rapture ready. It's beautiful. Never has it ever been a better time to ever attempt to have a financially viable virtual sex cult. Okay, I'm looking for questions. Oh, you know what? I forgot to scroll. I bet there are questions. Oh, thank you, Natasha. Dear Brava, I just got laid off. What should we do about jobs? Should we go back to the corporations about this virus or after the virus? Okay. Wonderful question, Natasha. First thing to know. Okay, we got to count the months, right? So we have a few months till November. I'm not great at math. March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. We have 8 months, okay? So take a breath and realize that we can survive anything for 8 months. And then I turn it over to this. So we have given a lot over as a people, personally. It's time for the corporations to fucking give something back. So if you've been bailed out, you are a public service now, like water and air. Let's say air, because water is being sold on the black market. It's the next war. So, darling, Natasha, I say that we should just receive. And Bravo babies, you do need to work. You do need to bring in funding any way you can. But get creative about it because, bitches, we are all getting real creative. I am teaching Revenant's butt off every morning because my place of work is shut down. So I'm teaching the Revenant's butt off for $5 from my apartment. Okay, so we're all going to get really fucking creative for the next 8 months. And yes, if we've been laid off, we might not have a job. Okay, here's the acronym I was just downloaded. Just upset but. It's just an upset but. Job, that's job. It's just an obvious but. It's just an obvious but. That's what a job is. Just an obvious but. So don't be an obvious but. Be a unique but. Make something up. Natasha, you have all the skills and all the complexity and all the ways of just being like, please, to like get people to give you Venmo on a regular basis. Speaking of, throw $1 at Brava Baby community tonight. We got a new Patreon today because I said maybe one day I would do the Providence butt off full nude. And our little baby Alex joined us. Do you also take responsibility for other diseases? Oh, God. I wish I could say no. I wish mommy wants to be the baby. But I have to be the mommy. Because I birthed you. I guess it's my responsibility. It's like causation. Yes, I take responsibility for all the diseases. I'm a murderer of old people. Next question. Work works for why do I still have to go to work with everyone else gets to sit at home? This is Brava Baby Gatzel. Okay, Gatzel, you are a prophet. You are a frontliner. You are part of the Astral crew. We know this about Brava Baby Gatzel. He is number one to show up, number one to Instagram Live. He usually runs my Instagram Live at the live events. So, Brava Baby Gatzel, I gotta tell you that you are being ordained by Brava to get out there, to be on the front line, to be contacting that corona. Yeah, I said it. You're contacting corona on a daily basis because you're touching all that shit. You're touching things. Don't touch your face, but I know you're touching things. And no way you can be Purelling enough to kill Crohn's because she's a beast. So what I need to tell you, Brava Baby Gatzel, is that you are there to be out in the field, to be field reporting. So we need field reports regularly from you. So please do send your field reports. And right now you might even type in the comment section. You might even just let us know how it's going over at Sony, the making of Spider-Man 8, which is clearly a worthy cause to risk hundreds of employees' lives. I hope that answered your question, my darling. I know sometimes mommy doesn't give the best truth. Sometimes mommy has to deliver the reality truth in order to get us to the future truth. It's a process. Hey, Jared, do you have a question? You're such a cutie. We'd love to hear from you. So we've heard from Natasha. We've heard from Gatzel. Frankie, do you have any questions? Any Instagram-y questions? I always forget to scroll. It's like my worst behavior. Okay, we have time for one final question. My sweet, sweet sweeties. Is everyone scared right now? Wave if you're scared. Mommy, are we going to find a cure? Oof, good question. So, as I said, Frankie, thank you for your question. As I said, I'm not a doctor. And I do use air quotes indiscriminately. Because I hate science. So I'm not a doctor, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a policeman or woman, no sexist. And still I will say we have so little time, right? We have so little time. So fuck it and let it go, right? Let it go. This is the renunciation process. We are renouncing cares. We are renouncing our physical form soon. So take care. We don't want to get an old person sick because we have been not touching our face and touching gross things and touching. No touching. Stay indoors. Follow the advice from Brava, which is to stay in your containers right now. And then let go of needing to know if we are going to find a cure. This is the release that you get to have. You get to stop looking for the answers. Yes. You get to stop looking to understand because you don't need to. All you need to do, 9 a.m. every day, you need to work out with Talia Brava Mommy to stay hot for Bravidence. Every time that Talia Brava goes live, you need to just tune in and tune out, replay Talia Brava content. Babies, if you try to figure out what's happening, you're going to get so confused and so in your head that you're not going to be lit. And that's all we need. That's all we need is for you to be lit. And then, who knows? Maybe Elon Musk will show up and be like, hey, you want to be my girlfriend? And here's a cure for corona. Let's get you orgasming. And then we're Gonna be like, come on, Grimes, get in it. And then that will be the moment that we rapture. Okay, sweeties. I'm gonna tune in because I want to be able to come to you with like real hot conspiracy theories. So I'm gonna I'll deep dive into the internet. I'll do that for you. That's my gift to you. Is to just get stinky in there with David Icke and all the psychic mediums. Really get to the bottom of this Jeffrey Epstein thing. Okay, darlings, that's all she wrote. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being the frontline, Bravo babies. Really moving the dial forward, really utilizing this opportunity to build the Bravo Baby MLM, one Patreon at a fucking time. We are going to be a narrowly profitable ritual sex cult with actual human sex by November 3rd, 2020. So help us, Brava. Utilize this time. It is precious time to connect with Mommy God and the whole Bravo Baby collective consciousness that has never been more one. Yes. Do we feel that? Yes, 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 we do. Okay, here we go. We're going to close with 3 I love you, Talia Bravas. I love you, Talia Brava. Yes, this is all the macronutrients that Talia Brava needs a day. I love you, Talia Brava. I feel your energy. I love you, Talia Brava. I'll see you tomorrow morning and stay posted for the next Quarantine Cutie. We have Jessie, who is an incredible director. I'm so proud of y'all of her career, and it's going to be really inspiring for all of us. Okay, my darlings. Say lit. Beautiful babies. Good night and good luck.